is sub-team lead for the finger team. So the goal with this was to be able to hold a coral on, this is now like kind of the hand, I guess. We'd have like a wrist joint on top of our elevator here, and it would hold a coral here, be able to pick it up like from the feeder station like this, and then the servo would close here in order to be able to hold it in place so that it wouldn't fall down. And that's basically where we're at on this design for now. Still waiting on some 3D printed parts before we could fully attach it. There's also an issue where, due to weird things happening with our elevator, this may not be able to get to L4. So we might end up completely redesigning this, but we're not 100% sure yet.
Hi, my name is Anthony from the software team. And there's a couple big software things we've been working on today. One of them is helping to test the different prototype mechanisms that are being built. So for instance, we have a finger mechanism, as we're calling it, to drop coral onto the reef, and that uses a servo for actuation. So today we wrote and tested code for controlling servos from the RoboRio, and we got that working. We were able to test the mechanism with it. The other big thing we did today is we finally got our drive base working. So we got to test our Mechanum code today, and it works. We have a functioning drive base now, and those are some of the things we've been working on.
My name is Kirtan. I'm also part of the programming sub-team. Another big thing that we've been working on for the past couple of days is path planning. Yesterday was mostly troubleshooting, trying to get the program up and running. Today, with the robot finished and being able to test some stuff, we were able to sort out a bunch of issues trying to get Path Planner to work. And we just got it to compile and run without any issues, and we have the robot moving using Path Planner, which is exciting. So over the next couple of hours and into tomorrow, we'll be testing that system and trying to get that.
Hey YouTube fellas, this is our full robot CAD in Onshape. We kind of got all our mechanisms in here with our intake, our ramp, and our lifter, and then our trident with the finger on here. And then Jacob is going to talk about
that. We've got a 2-stage lift, runs off a lead screw. People say it'll be slow, but don't believe them. It's 2 stages here. I don't know how well it's all made it in here, but if you could actuate it up a little bit.
Yeah, we should be able to do that. Goes up. It doesn't mate to the trident. Don't worry. So,
yeah, don't worry too much about mates. Those are overrated anyway. So 2 stages, it goes from about 30 inches off the ground at its lowest point to about 70 some inches at its highest point, if we're lucky.
We're currently going off the assumption that there is no height limit to the rules. If there is a clarification that there is a height limit later, that could impact this design, but it seems like the general consensus from the chief Delphi threads we've been reading is there's no height limit.
Exactly, and
yeah.
Okay, so now the latest thing we've been working on the intake is intaking coral from the ground on our intake. So we have this like fork design here, running with the wheels.
And there goes Onshape.
Uh-oh.
Well, you can kind of see what we're looking at here.
Yeah. So, I mean, we just drive into the coral. There's some guiding forks that'll just do it, and then it'll spin with our wheels we already have on our intake. And we flip that up, drive to the tray, and just spit it out right in there. And same thing we've had going for the algae. Alright, here's the robot demo. So, intake goes up like that. There will be a back, so that won't happen. Someone get that?
Ready that back.
Now, there will be an elevator there, so that can't happen. But then we flip up, this just gets held in here by this. And then the outtake into the processor really just reverse the wheels. And we'll have like some like ramp here so it can get into that gap. And one thing we also thought about this robot is having from the reef, having the algae come into our robot, having something drop it in, so our robot should be able to handle dropping algae in, and then we can just out into the processor.